Okay, sorry. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. Okay, so I quit my job, and after I quit my job, full blown into Korean dramas. Lying on the couch, ridiculous. And yeah, so I had like a good few weeks of just me laying on the couch. My mom's so sweet to like take care of me, but she was also like on a diet where like she was making like the most nastiest smelling foods, and I would like die in my own house. I was like, oh my gosh, we can't do this. We cannot have you cook your your foods while I'm on the couch dying. Anyways, after a while, I was like, this is right. This is not right. I need to be with my partner. I need to be with my boyfriend. And I'm pregnant. And I prayed a lot. I was doing a lot of prayer, a lot of um, spiritual nourishing. And I just felt prompted to move out to be with him. I was like, I got a call from my dad that night. That was a Sunday night. I got a call from my dad. My dad was he works far away. But I was really grateful he called me, and I told him about what had happened, and even his response was quite kind. It was okay. Well, you should take responsibility. Like, what are you gonna do, and how? What are your thoughts about this? And I'm shocked, but congratulations, and make the best of this. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. So I'm really grateful that my parents were loving towards me, again trusted me, and okay, well, you got this. So my dad did mention, he's like, well, why don't you just move out to be with him? Why don't you guys just move out to make it work so he can be a part of it? And there's nothing for you where you're at anyways. So I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And thank you for like it's like confirming that what I felt and what I was thinking was good, to go be with my partner. And so, hey, quiet please. Our baby's sleeping, so it's like nap time for baby. Boy's running around playing, doing his thing. So yeah. Anyways, so yes, so I ended my long conversation with my dad. And then my mom even agreed also too. She came up, she's like, I really just think, I was having a thought, what if you just moved out to be with your fiance? And I was like, I literally just talked to dad about this. He said the same thing. I was like, this is really cool. Like, this is a lot of spiritual experience to just move me out where I needed to be. And so I really took that to heart, prayed a lot about it, and I was like, hey. And my dad had said, okay, Quentin, I'm sending you money for a one-way ticket. And he did. And I was like, whoa. And within that week, I think it was like on Wednesday or Friday, I left. I was gone. So I got on a plane and I flew out to see my sweet husband. He's my husband now. So my fiance at the time, he and it was on Valentine's Day. So February 14th, I arrived in Ottawa to be with my partner, and he had flowers ready for me when I arrived, and it was so sweet, so romantic, and we started our journey beautifully. And it was the God was in every place because it was a perfect day. I got there on Valentine's Day to be with my Valentine. I was able to get on. I had pre-scheduled uh, prenatal prenatal as pregnancy appointments, ultrasounds, and everything. So the first week I was there, I already had bookings for us to go and to get settled and to get ready, prepared for the baby. So we got on with Ottawa midwives, and they were good supports. But the best support was my public health nurse, and we got on with her, and she was phenomenal, incredible. I want to tell you that if you have the opportunity to have a public health nurse, take them. If you have any opportunity to talk to nurses or to have a mentor while you are going through your pregnancy, excuse me, take on that wonderful opportunity. Did I talk to me? I did. My son's talking to me, so hold on. So, yes, I got him midwife, I had a public health nurse, and I now was like, hey, I gotta work. So after the week of me being a tourist again and just enjoying my husband and us getting settled, we we went walking in the mall, and I was handing out my resumes. And the first place I handed my resume, I got hired on spot at a breakfast restaurant. I just quit the other one. And so I just got hired on again as a full time hostess. And overall, it was a really good experience. It was really wonderful. And the woman there and the employees that I worked with were my dear friends, and they were really wonderful. It was a very new experience because the new culture I was totally around. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. People are different out east. Completely. It's amazing. But 'cause I come from a very conservative west side. So yes. Um and life just was able to go. And then we were welcomed so beautifully into the church, into our ward out there, and they loved me and my partner. And we were able to be amongst so many different kind of cultures, diversity, languages of people. We were able to be in with the old ladies in the Chinese ward, and we loved them. We had Chinese missionaries as our dear friends, and they supported us so beautifully. And every Monday we'd have like dinner all together at the church with all the Chinese members, and yeah, it was such a beautiful time. And so we were living our own life without anybody telling us, like, there wasn't a lot of, what do you call it, interceptions with our momentum in our life at that time. Um, but I did learn a lot, because there was, of course, the struggles, right? Like I'm telling you, like all the great things, but there was struggles. Like I think physically, it was becoming obviously more demanding and more harder on the body to work. Um, but again, I would just feel like a tourist. So every day after work, I'd go somewhere new and I'd see new things, and I got to experience new people, and I made beautiful best friends, and we had a ball with our friends. Like we'd go to movies. So this is me without all my, like this is just, I'm still one person with just a baby in my body. So we had a many beautiful experiences. Yeah, it's just really developing friendship, developing stability, familiarity in the new place. And then we moved after a few months because we lived with roommates. That was not fun. And then we moved into our own apartment, and that was really wonderful. And grace be to my partner's parents that they co-signed for us, co-signed the lease so that we were able to get this place together. And they did love and support us the best they could, and I was grateful for that. I know that, and I hope that we showed forth um, our respect and responsibilities, our respect to our responsibilities. And I feel like they saw that and they did support us in the best they could. I'm really grateful for that. Um, so yeah, I think if anything, I had plenty of support. And I just know, like, for men, it does need to be up more in the society to support parents and like men in their parenting as in groups and whatnot. But we had such a beautiful family take us under their wing as well. Shout out to John and Megan. You guys are the most, oh, I like, talk about planting seeds and helping us grow it. You know what I mean? They are amazing people. And they had 4 kids themselves, and we got to be around them all the time. We asked them questions. They were like our mentors and our older brothers and sister, and they just knew everything. So we just always hung out. We would hang out there late. We would be there all the time. They'd play games with us. Like it was so wonderful. We had such angels all around us, and it was a beautiful time. Where I went wrong, I think, was, and no offense to anybody, but um, obviously when you're a new parent, you doubt yourself because you're like, I don't know things. So you seek out, 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 right? But the more I sought out, the less I trusted myself and depended on others to tell me what to do, how to be, who to be, what to have, and everything. So Francis and I, gotta bleep that out. My partner and I really were trying to create the life that we wanted, and we were becoming so excited because we were becoming confident in ourselves because I'm going to give more credit to my sweet friends and to my public nurse for giving us resources and the support we needed to prepare to be parents and to work through things and to counsel together. That was so healthy. And we counseled like every week with her, with our public health nurse, and it was just so good. And every week with our friends, so we were prepared well and we got the things we needed. We were able to have all the things that we needed for our baby, and then in knowledge as well. We were really prepared, and that felt great. I will say, like, I think a few times I messed up by reaching out to family perspectives of my own. That I think that some of it was good, but at the same time, I think I more so reached out because I didn't trust myself, that I gained other people's opinions when it wasn't mine, and that kind of bled into obviously my relationship, and we did struggle there. So if there's anything I want people to know, is that to just trust yourself, converse with your partner, and create life together between you and him or her, to just make sure that it's a life you guys are building together without anybody intercepting or bringing in personal opinions or anything else. Like, it's like, when you're in your own home, this is your space. When you're in your relationship, that's your relationship, and nothing else needs to come in, except for when you are seeking in the right places to gain the right healthy answers from healthy places or resources. So I know that the good Lord has put a lot of resources out there for us through his gospel and the gospel principles, commandments, reading the scriptures. I know that, so I'm a member of Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. They have a lot of wonderful books, manuals, knowledge gaining resources to teach you how to be a family, how to have healthy relationships, how to be diligent in your responsibilities. What does a healthy relationship look like? What does healthy parenting look like? Like, there's everything in one place that's truth, rightfulness, and honest, and is the way to do life. And you could take that knowledge and you could do whatever you want with it. Like, you can, like, but it's a foundation. So this truthful knowledge is a foundation that then you can, like, build how you want and how you need on top. But as long as you know healthy lifestyles, then you can build up on that. I did not partake in all of the resources that were available to me at the time because I didn't know some of them. That's the thing, we just don't know. And I'm sure there's plenty of other resources out there that aren't gospel related, but are from beautiful people who have gone before, who are pioneers, or who have experienced. And that's why we read books, right? Read books, listen to podcasts, whatever there is. So just do the research yourself, because you can't take others. You just can't take someone else. It's like a testimony. You can't adopt someone else's testimony, or else I can't do well in a test if I didn't study. You need to do it. So it's between you and your partner to do that work. So yes, I'll be quick just to say, what did I do to prepare for baby? So we did a lot of lessons on the birthing experience, birthing choices, and we talked a lot with our midwife, and she helped us through being prepared, even like medically, emotionally, mentally. She helped us set up, list of things that we're going to need for the baby. Yes, so I would love to share that with you. Just like a list of things that are really good, and yeah, I just gave us some also like some community supports and resources. What else? Okay. How was it like during my trimesters? I was really sick in my first trimester, but as soon as I moved out, it grew away. So like slowly it grew away. I was still barfing and stuff. Poor roommates. Oh, I feel so bad for them. Anyways, but it got better. And then we moved. And then I think my second trimester was just a breeze. Like, it was really good. And then my third trimester, boys sit low, so you gotta go to the bathroom all the time. And that like I eat a lot, and I love eating. So, and but so my son's due date was September, and I stopped working in August, getting August because I couldn't do it anymore. Like our restaurant was so busy, running around all the time was like super hard. So I just was like, I can't come. Sorry. So I got maternity leave. And yeah, and so my last month was kind of when it hit me. I was like, wow, like this is like the last month, last few weeks I'll ever have for the rest of my life to be just me. And I had just turned 19. My birthday's in June, so I just turned 19. And I was like, wow, this is kind of crazy. So I just tried to enjoy it the best I could. Went swimming a lot with my girlfriend. Oh, I was swimming by myself. I hung out a lot with my girlfriend. Just really did some of those, took the bus by myself, read a book, to myself, and just. But one thing that was hard was also becoming to the point where I was gonna be alone a lot. Because my husband went to school, was working 2 jobs, and so I was at home. I was by myself a lot, but I filled my days with my girlfriends, and they always came, and even when the baby was here, like they came and visited me a lot. But just for me, being a social butterfly, wanting to be out all the time, being out all the time, having to just stay home with the baby for a few months was like so hard. It was like, wow, I really am not used to this. Yeah, I think even like the day after, like 2 days after I had my baby, I was out. I was like, let's go. We gotta go show. Oh, so anyways, my mom surprised me. It was such a beautiful thing. She surprised me on September 3rd. My due date was the 4th. Wait, what was it? No, my due date was the 1st of September. She came the 1st of September. Hold on. Okay, I'm almost done my story. So, my mom came and surprised me. So she flew all the way out to see me, and I was so grateful that she was able to see my lifestyle, where I lived, how I lived, what I was doing in my life, what did it look like. And she came at a perfect time. So she came the Saturday morning. I think it was Saturday morning, and I tried to show her a little bit around that night, and then I tried. But I was so tired that the next day, Noelle, get off of that, please. Thank you. The next day, my water broke in the early morning at 6 a.m. And that's when I had 2-day labor. So it was Sunday, Monday, and I had my son on Tuesday, which was September 4th at 7 a.m. So, long story short, I was really grateful my mom was there, and she stayed a week and a half or 2 weeks afterwards. And I just really wanted to show her more of my life, but I just couldn't. Like, my body physically, that's good, you can have it. My body physically, like, couldn't go on. Anyways, so, but long story short, it was a good experience. And my partner, so my fiance at the time, was there through every step. And I think that's most important as well, is if you guys could just be together through it all and be there for the birth and be involved. Like, my sweetheart was involved the whole time. Practically birthed my child. Like, I thought I'd go poop, but it was just the head. And just hands for what do you call it? All fours, giving birth to a baby, and my sweetheart was there to support me, and my midwife was there to support me. I had my baby in a birthing center. If you could go to a birthing center, go to a birthing center. Nowhere else, nothing else. I mean, you go stay home. And you can even have them. So now, at least from my understanding, in some areas, you can have your midwife in a hospital. So you don't have doctors, you don't have nurses all around bugging you. You just have that one person, just like a doula, midwife. She's everything for you. You can just have it at the hospital. And if anything does happen, you're right at the hospital. I chose a birthing center because they had a huge pool. It was like a beautiful birthing pool. And they had like everything you could ever want. And it's like a nice big huge hotel room, a big pool of all sorts of kind of like gadgets you can hang on to, but my sweetheart was rubbing my back for me, and I was in the pool and then I moved to the bed, and then I moved to the bathroom, and then I had a baby, and then I have a walk-in shower, and I showered off, and it was the craziest thing. I remember when I came out of the shower, I looked, Noelle, please come here. Livia's having a nap. We gotta be quiet. I looked in the mirror, and my stomach was hollow. Like, it was the weirdest thing to look at. I was like, and it was like, say, I was like, this is so weird. Anyways, yep. So I had my baby naturally, vaginally. Okay, so long. That's the whole pregnancy story, honestly, and lessons I've learned truly to be true to yourself, to seek out knowledge yourself, to not let others' opinions or even like just changing your mindset. Like, it's okay to have your mind changed. It's okay to be a changed person. Um, but it's important to do everything together with your partner. What else? And just to enjoy creating the life you wanted. Lots happened after having a baby, and I think that's also where a lot of like our heartache came in and a lot of drama. But it's all new. Everything's new. And when you're a parent, it's all gonna be new. And just be patient with each other. Just be patient and loving with yourself. Like, if you're not feeling like doing something, don't feel bad about it. If you feel like you want to do something, go do it. Don't let nothing stop you. Just go do it. Because then you're satisfied and you're happy, and that's important. Make sure you're always happy. And you know, I'm a believer in going into your cravings, not all the time, but I go in all the time, especially when you have a baby, especially when you're pregnant. Just eat what you need, what you can, what you want. Yes, and reach out to those who love you. They're good, but take caution when you ask questions, and just write down, ponder about it, pray about it, and if it's for you, great, and if it's not for you, that's totally fine. Um, and just, did I already say resources and community? Really get involved with the resource and community. This is what I loved, is I was a part of it wasn't just a young moms, but it was a women's group, and they had it where they had like a food bank there. They had all sorts of classes you could take. They had a public nurse on site. You could have a quick little checkup on your children, on your babies, on your tummy. They had all sorts of like how to do car seats, how to have birth, what kind of birthing options do you have, what do you need to prepare when you have a child. Like, all these classes were for the woman in the city, and we just all met up together once a week, and it was so wonderful. And so I did have one class of young moms, and I got to meet other women, other girls my age. They were going through the same thing as I was going through, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. And other girls had it different, way different. Some of them lived with their parents, some of them didn't. Some of them, had different plans, different kind of relationships with their partners, and it was all eye-opening on the challenges and the experiences other people were having, but that we were all the same. We're all needing the same things, and we all need each other, because we do. And it's important that we're around people like us, because we're young. We don't know. We're still trying to get our college education, our universities, like what is happening. Like, we're all like, what, some of them, yeah, a lot of them are 18, 19, 17, 20, 22. Do you know what I mean? It was a variety of young women. So this is what I'm trying to create, is that experience for many, because there's many young women out there. And I'm sorry, I don't really want to be talking to a 35-year-old who has their life together when I am 20 and I'm just figuring it all out. I don't feel like I can relate to you. Whereas and I'm not there mentally to even understand what you're talking about. But where I'm at right now is my brain's still developing while I'm developing a baby, and I have to develop my life. A lot. How do I do that? So when you have the right community, that's what it's all about. That's where you are able to really feel empowered, and like you're not alone, and that you get the things that you need and the resources that you need. So here I am making my young moms group with the Lord, because he told me to, and I had that experience that had helped me grow so much, and here I am thriving off of the things I learned, and for my children as well, so they are well cared for. And so, yes, this is the end of my story. This is a very long story. I wish it was shorter, but it's not. And so I hope you just sat down and enjoyed listening and know that you're not alone. Okay? See you in the next video. Bye!